stadium dying. Braves been brave, out the park swinging. Touchdown glories, stadiums ringing. Peach State pride, gold medallion glowing. Frozen swish, ice tray showing. Ring within reach, brace for blast. Riding through the city, we built to last. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show, where the game runs deep, truths unfold. Grind on the field, hustle on court. Atlanta stands tall, that's real sport. Mercedes-Benz Dome, fans wild loud, ATL united. Soccer game proud through the blood, sweat, tears we roll. Every match, every game, players' heart, they soul. Georgia roots, deep as maple tree. Hoops to home runs, touchdown spree. Basket net sways, back cracks clear. Victory echoes, always here. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show, where the game runs deep, truths unfold. Grind on the field, hustle on court. Atlanta stands tall, that's real sport.
That's right, everybody. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I am your host, the Minister, Jonathan Simmons, and we thank God for those of you who have decided to join us here this morning. I appreciate you, man. This is our Saturday sports update that we do. Each and every Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. You can see I'm here at my work spot at Allen Video Ford in Lincoln. Where I got my little breakfast on the side there. But like I say again, we thank you guys for tuning in to join us here this morning. Remember, you can follow us anywhere on social media at Real Talk Sports, the number 7. You see it right there. Also, you can find us. You can find me personally at Minister J Sim. I'll post it up there for those of you watching. I want to appreciate all those of you who watch us on the replay. Thank you so much, because a lot of you do watch us on the replay, so we appreciate you for tuning in to join us here on the Real Talk Sports Show. All right, hey man, it is Atlanta now suddenly has become the buzz spot for breaking news these last couple of days, which is really the last couple of weeks. Atlanta has been the epicenter of what's been happening in the world of sports, especially in winter sports. Falcons, obviously, a brand new regime. Everybody out from last year, for the exception of one or two coaches, and a whole brand new show here with Kevin Stefanski, the head coach, Matt Ryan, president of football operations, and now Ian Cunningham as the GM. So Falcons have made their move. They now have a solid front office. But meanwhile, right across the street, the Atlanta Hawks, they must have, I can tell you, they must have went through probably about 30 different players in the last few weeks. That's an exaggeration. But the Hawks are really making some moves, and their trades have looked pretty darn good lately, especially last night when this guy, Jock Landale, put on a show for the ages. Incredible debut with his opening game with the Hawks. Hawks just got him in trade from Memphis. 26 points, equals his career high, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and oh, by the way, 4 blocks for Jock Landale in his Hawks debut. So, man, and the Hawks making all the right moves. You look at the trade they did for Trae Young. That trade has worked out well so far in terms of this guy. Let's see if we can grab him on the photo. See if we can grab him here and take a peek. I'm talking about CJ McCollum. He has been an absolute baller since he's gotten here to Atlanta. That's not CJ for those of you who are watching. Sorry about that. That's actually young Mr. Alexander there. But yeah, man, Alexander Walker is right there. But at the end of the day, man, the Hawks have been balling out with their new trades. Like I said, again, everything, they really seem to be able to put things together here as a team, and it shows in the win column. Hawks have won 5 of their last 7 ball games. So what do you guys think about the Hawks trade? Do you think they have been on point like myself? Also, what do you think about the Falcons and the moves they have been making in terms of the front office? And you know what? I got to tell you something. You know, we are, I guess this is our problem here in sports talk radio. But man, look, why are people talking about Michael Penix? I mean, seriously, why are they getting on Michael Penix? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Here's a guy that last year everybody was saying, oh, yeah, Michael Penix, he's the man. He's our guy. Everybody talked about his strong left arm. Everybody talked about, hey, if, in fact, they had a better offense coordinator, how good he would be. And now suddenly people are talking about, should we move on from Michael Penix? after the injury, talking about he's injury prone. This is what we were afraid of. He couldn't seem to grasp the offense. He can't play out of the um, under center. Just throwing shade on this guy left and right. And I'm thinking to myself, what, are we just the most two-faced people of all time? Atlanta sports fans have become delusional. I'm just keeping it real. Michael Penix, the guy that everybody thought was going to be the next big thing in Atlanta, now all of a sudden is on the cusp of people, not on the cusp, many people now thinking we should move on and maybe trade to get a guy that could replace him. I'm just saying, how can that be? Like I said again, when the guy literally, he literally, like I said, was the talk of the town. Everybody's blaming the OC. It's the OC's fault. Now the OC's gone. They have a new OC, new head coach, a guy who understands how to work with multiple quarterbacks. And I know some of you people are feeling some kind of way because Stefanski and the interaction with him and Shedeur Sanders. But at the end of the day, let me remind you folks that this guy was asked by the owners of the Cleveland Browns to bring in Shedeur Sanders. The owners caused this. I don't think the guy really wanted him. Let's go to social media. We got all kind of comments popping on here. Let's see what we got here. We got Philip Hand 725 saying, "Hey, what's up?" I'm trying to get all your comments, man. You got to put them in all one sentence. All one sentence, please. He's got hi. I think he says hi there. Okay. Juggernaut 16 also on YouTube. What's up? How you guys doing? Hey man, appreciate you guys again for popping in on the broadcast. Like I say again, man, it's really strange to me how quickly people can turn on you. That's real talk. It just lets you know that we trust people, because people are your friend today and they're your enemies tomorrow. They're patting you on the back one moment, then calling you a bum the next. And that's what's been going on with Michael Penix. Like I said, this guy was the talk of the town, and suddenly now he is a guy that people are thinking, oh, we should move on from him. Come on, man, really? Why you want to move on from this guy? I don't get it. The guy has not done anything but, in fact, do what you expect him to do. The guy is a rookie. How many games has he actually played? It's ridiculous, man. It's like I said again, man. It just amazes me how we do in sports talk radio. You know, how we look for, like I said, we look for things to basically throw people on the bus. We want to fire somebody one day, we want to hire them the next. It's just, like I said, the whole thing, man, is just all crazy. It really is. The whole thing is just ridiculous. And all I can say to people is this, man, is that Michael Penix Jr., why would you want to move on from this guy? We don't know what we have in this young man yet. And you have to excuse me if I'm kind of looking around. For those of you who are watching this, I'm trying to actually repost this on the other places in Facebook. So please forgive me if you see me looking a little distracted. Anyway, let me get back to it, man. At the end of the day, like I say again, Michael Penix Jr., you got to give the guy a shot. I don't think that that he is the guy you should give up on. You remember now, you spent a 8th round draft pick, number 8 in the first round to get Michael Penix. So the idea that you're going to move on from this guy that quickly is insanity. It just doesn't make a lick of sense. I'm telling you, you got to let this guy get in and see what he can do with the new regime. And another thing too is let the guy get healthy. Now, do you need a quarterback? Of course you do. And here are your options. You can either go and keep what you have in Kirk Cousins, which they're not going to do because, he would be like he was last year, one of the highest paid backup quarterbacks probably in the history of the NFL. So you're not going to do that. But I will tell you that they're going to have to get somebody in here that's going to be able to hold the reins down until Penix comes back. And the other thing too is that, like I said, the young man needs a chance to play with the new coaching staff. Let's see what he's got. Let's see if, in fact, he can play under center, which I think he can. Let's see what happens if he gets some real practice in, which I think is beginning to get in his earlier games, some real practice with the guys that he's going to run with. To Drake London. It seemed like he had a good connection with Drake London. Casey Washington, unfortunately, he himself was injured, but this was a guy that Penix seemed to have good rapport with because they did a lot of reps on the twos when Penix first came here. So I'm just saying, man, give this broadcast out. Let's go to social media and see what guys are talking about on social media. Here we go. We got a hi from Vanessa Saunders. What's up, Vanessa? How we doing? Thanks for joining us here. Love to have any comments that you guys might make. And here's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do something that I do from time to time. When I don't have co-hosts, I'm going to give you guys who are watching the opportunity to be the co-host on the show. You say, what? Yes. If you would like to be on the show, I'm going to put the link right here and pop it up on the screen. And for those of you who are watching on your phone or tablet, good news. Watch this. You can actually join us. Dun, 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 dun. I'll put it on the screen. There it is. You see it? You guys see it? That's it. You just jump on the link. You can join us on the broadcast. Now, here's the two disclaimers we put on. Number one, no bad language. Can't be no cussing. And number two, please be properly dressed. This is G-rated show, so make sure you got your clothes on. And you can kind of come in and join us on the broadcast. Or if you say, hey, look, I just want to make a comment, all you have to do is just put up your avatar, and we won't see it all. And you can make a comment just like you were calling onto the show. So there it is right there. There's the link. Paste it into your browser on your laptop, or just click on the link on your phone or mobile device. Make sure your mic is working well, and voila, you will be able to join us right here on the Real Talk Sports Show. Again, for those of you questioning the background here, I'm actually at work, and that's my my little storage area there. I didn't realize it's still open. We close it. Yes, I'm here at work. I work for Allen Vigil Ford in Lincoln. Allen Vigil Ford in Lincoln is located 6790 Mount Zion Boulevard in the beautiful city of Morrow, Georgia. For those of you who are familiar with this show, you will know that we also do the high school football broadcast on this platform as well. And there it is. There's Mr. Vigil's moniker. I will clear this out here so we can all see it here. Let's get these comments off there. Presto Mesto. There it is. Yeah. Allen Vigil Ford in Lincoln. You see the logo right down there in the bottom right-hand corner. They are our sponsor for high school football in the fall. And like I say again, they are my employer here. So if you need a car for yourself or for a member of your family, hey man, hit me up. I'll put my number up on the screen here. You guys, I'd love to assist you if you need a vehicle for yourself. The number is 678-364-3979. You can join us. You'll give me a call, and I'll be more than happy to take care of you or your family, or if you need it for your business. That's really my specialty, is business to business sales. So again, hit me up 678-364-3979. You'll see it pop up on the screen right now. There it is, 678-364-3979. Hit me up. And we got great deals going on right now. There are some vehicles that have 0% financing, zero. Yeah, a lot of our 2025 models have 0% financing right now, including some of our work vehicles like the transit van, transit cargo van. Some of you out there might be looking for a cargo van, either in the transport business, you might be in the catering business. Now's your opportunity. I have plenty of 2025s left. And again, that's right. Not only steep discounting, but 0% financing is available. Again, give me a call, 678-364-3979. Ask for yours truly, Jonathan Simmons, the commercial truck guy in the shirt and tie. I'll be more than happy to help you out, like I said again, in whatever you might need for yourself or for your family. Like I said again, it has been a lot happening here in Atlanta as far as sports are concerned. Now, the other thing that's coming up, and we look to give you guys some coverage from that as well, is the World Cup. Soccer, or everywhere else in the world, football is coming to Atlanta. We will have multiple games here in the summertime, so please keep in contact with the Real Talk Sports Show. We are planning, good Lord willing, to do some live broadcasting from right across the street at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. There's a spectacular hotel there called the Reverb Hotel, and we look forward to potentially partnering with them. Not potentially, we look forward to partnering with them as the weather gets warmer. You can come on out here in Atlanta. Literally, the restaurant has a terrace that is right across the street from Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and we're going to be doing some live broadcasting from there, and good Lord willing, some live broadcasting from other areas around Atlanta. So remember, follow our show at Real Talk Sports, the number 7, anywhere on social media. I'll pop it up on the screen. Again, for those of you watching, it'll come up here in just a second. There it is. Follow us anywhere on social media at Real Talk Sports, the number 7. And you can reach us there. We go right there. And I know I have to change my Twitter moniker to X. I really don't do too much with X because it's kind of really changed since you know who took it over. But anyway, yeah, follow us anywhere on social media. Real Talk Sports and number 7. And like I said again, if you have a great idea to for a show, if you have somebody that you want to talk about on the show, please, man, please, sir, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to bring them on. We're all looking for the good news in sports. Look, guys, we're going to take a little bit of break, and we'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show Saturday Sports Update. We're talking about the Hawks. Man, they're balling out. We'll be back with more.
Looking for a vehicle? Come to Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We're a family-owned dealership that's been serving the Atlanta area for over 40 years, offering an unbeatable selection of new Fords, Lincolns, and pre-owned vehicles. Enjoy our exceptional customer service and great financing options tailored just for you. Visit us at 6790 Mount Zion Boulevard in Morrow, Georgia, located just 20 minutes from downtown Atlanta. Call us at 678-364-3979 or visit online at allenvigilford.net.
All right, we're back here at the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, Mr. Jonathan Simmons, with our Saturday Sports Update, talking Falcons and now talking the Hawks. Like I said, man, epic debut for one Jock Landale. Never heard of the guy. I mean, literally never heard of this man. But Jock Landale put on a show in his debut for the Atlanta Hawks on Thursday night. 26 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. But wait, there's more. Also had 4 blocks. Unbelievable. Like I said again, debut for this guy. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible how this young man jumped out and put on such a spectacular show in his debut game for the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better. Seriously. Taking the place of Onyeka Okongwu, who is still dealing with dental problems after being literally punched in the mouth almost by a Celtics star. Jaylen Brown caused him to get some denture work being done, which is incredible. But like I said, Jock Landale just picked up in a trade from Memphis, literally came out here and, like I said again, put on a show for the ages with that game, and certainly allowing the Hawks to continue to play winning basketball, which they've been red hot lately. If I'm not mistaken, they've been 6 of their last 8 ball games they have won, and they are pushing to try to get themselves into the 6th spot and to get out of that stupid play-in, because the Hawks have been the last couple of years in the playoffs, but they have well, they weren't in the playoffs last year, but they have struggled because they always find themselves in the play-in game. First of all, to try to get into that quote-unquote first round of playoffs, and then in the play-in, the other problem that you run into is that you're going to play either the number 1 or number 2 seed, which nobody got time for that. So Hawks trying to make a move here. Like I said, they have been red hot. They are winners of 6 of their last 8 ball games, and now find themselves just a short point away here for a from getting into the 6th spot. We're going to take a quick break here and we'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show in just a moment.
Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions, or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net.
This is Patrick Willis, and this is Real Talk Sports.
We're not to be at the Super Bowl this week. Normally, you guys know I am at the Super Bowl for the week events, and we have done that probably, I think, 5 of the last 7 years. But this year we will not be there. It's being held on the West Coast. That clip that you saw there, that shout out, was from Patrick Willis, who was recently, a couple of years ago, put into the NFL, I should say the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and he was kind enough to hop in and give us a drop there when we were out, I believe, in Phoenix. We were covering the Super Bowl at that time. Well, let's go ahead and get back to the Hawks. Hawks, like I say again, man, they have their GM, young Mr. Saleh, has really, I don't say he's fleeced the NBA, but there is no question, man, that this guy has been just outstanding in the trades that he has made to reshape this Hawks franchise and this team. Like I mentioned, the Hawks are desperately trying to get out of that um, play-in spot right now. We're going to go to the standings right now. I believe they're ranked number 9 overall, which would mean they would be in a play-in. But the good news is they are just one game behind the 8 spot Heat. But more importantly, they are just 3 games out of the number 6 spot, which is currently being held by the 76. And that's really kind of where you want to be. You want to be in that 6th spot because that would mean that you're going to play in the first round of team. I'm not going to say it's going to be a pushover, but certainly you would have a better shot beating the Knicks, I think, than you would be the Celtics or even the Pistons. And they're only 4.5 games out of the 5th spot where the Raptors are, which again would now let them square off against the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team who I think has just shipwrecked their team by trading to get James Harden. I don't get that at all. And I think, again, the Hawks being that close and now having a team that looks like they really have got things kind of under control here as far as their roster is concerned, I think they can make a move. But I will tell you, they got trouble right behind them. The Charlotte Hornets have won 9 of their last 10 games, and they are breathing down the Hawks' neck. They are just, again, a game and a half behind the Hawks for that 9th spot. And you just, like I said, again, as Hawks fans, you don't want to be there. But anyway, let's talk about the good news. Like I said, again, Saleh, the Hawks general manager, has been outstanding as far as being able to reshape this Hawks roster. Remember, just about a month ago, he traded Hawks' former star player, Trae Young, a guy that over his 7 years here in Atlanta gave this Hawk franchise and the people of Atlanta thrills and chills. Trae had been one of the best clutch players in the NBA over the last 10 years. He also got the Hawks to the rarefied air of the Eastern Division Finals, just 2 wins away from going to the NBA Finals. Had not been an injury to Trae, who knows? They might have actually been able to get in there and possibly win in that finals. But after that point, the Hawks really were never the same. The team actually started going backwards from that point. And then eventually this year, the Hawks made the decision that really, I think, have been weighing on the minds of the Hawks and even the fans for the last couple of years in trading, quote unquote, the face of the franchise, Trae Young. And a lot of people kind of balked. I heard a couple of guys say, oh, how could you trade a 4-time All-Star and only get a couple of bench players in return? Well, these bench players that the Hawks have got in return have been pivotal in this last run of the last 8 games of getting them 6 wins in 8 games. One of them is a veteran player by the name of CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum has been outstanding for the Hawks since he has been there. This guy has been money. His 3-point shooting has been outstanding. And he's giving you basically, I told you, it looked like 2018. You're getting the CJ McCollum that we saw in times past when he's at Portland, when he was a star player there. So really no fall off here. 18.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. That's his overall average. Like I said, for the Hawks, he's been about at that same level. And he really right now, if things continue to go on the way he's playing, he could be 6th man of the year. He has multiple 20-point games for the Hawks, multiple games where he's had 4 or more 3-pointers in a game, and he has been outstanding with giving giving the Hawks instant offense and points off the bench. Another guy they picked in that trade, Corey Kispert, a guy, again, I never heard of these guys. I'm thinking, where do these guys come from? Never heard of them. Kispert, when he was pushed into a starting role a couple of days ago, responded with 18 points and 11 rebounds. Who knew? I mean, Saleh has just been spot on as far as getting players to be able to come in and contribute immediately to his ball club. Like I said, an outstanding job. I mean, the guy has come in. Let me give you some of his numbers here over the last week. And again, this guy was a backup. He was a role player, getting very little time in Washington. Let's take a look at his stat line. 28th, he first gets here against Boston. Outstanding. 13 points against the Celtics, 17 points against Houston, 11 points against Indiana. He comes right back with another double-digit game, 13 points against Miami. And he was one of 3 Hawks starters in the big game, the big win against Utah, 20 points in that game. So here's a guy, like I said again, that was really kind of an unknown commodity. The Hawks said we had to have him in the trade. I was like, why do you have to have that guy? Well, since he's been with the Hawks, like I said, since he's been consistently a guy that's giving them double digits in terms of points and limited minutes off the bench, and he gives them a more physical presence at 6'6", 2 1/4. He's a thicker type of wing player than what the Hawks are normally accustomed to, and that gives them a little bit more presence under the boards. And last but not least, he hits the threes. He's been a little spotty lately, but he's a guy that can be a three-point shooter, get you in the mid-30s, and that dog will hunt all day. Another guy they brought in, again, on the bench. The guy's on the bench. Christian Koloko from the Lakers. Again, had an immediate impact with the Hawks. His first game, double digits in scoring, a couple of blocks, and rebounding. So I look at this Hawks team, the guys they've got, that were guys that they have signed recently. And of course, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who last night hit a near buzzer beater to get the Hawks the 121 to 119 victory over Utah. He's been averaging about 20 points a game for the Hawks. Again, we knew it was a good free agent signing, but I don't think anybody knew that he'd be averaging around 20 points a game for this Hawks team and been one of the key guys to move them and move the needle in this, especially in this big run that they've had, and missing key players. And of course, the Hawks got rid of Kristaps Porzingis, traded him away, and picked up Jonathan Kuminga in that trade. I think it's a good trade for the Hawks, because basically KP didn't play much of any time at all. And again, you get another big who can give you some defensive help and give you some good scoring. Now, obviously a lot shorter at 6'7", but again, a thicker type guy, 6'7" and just under 230 pounds. So you look at this Hawks roster, although they don't have a legitimate big, they do have now some guys that are willing to mix it up in the paint, and guys that give them flexibility of being able to play inside and out, which is Quinn Snyder's thing. He is a three-point guy. Oh, and last but not least, they also picked him that trade, Gabe Vincent. Now, Vincent at 6'2" is not the biggest guy, but he has an edge. And I think that's something the Hawks have been missing. The Hawks, with all the high flying, all the speed, all the great play on the wing, they really haven't had a play that's gritty. And that's why I think really that that Gabe Vincent gives you, along with Landale. These two guys are gritty. They don't mind mixing it up. And Gabe Vincent, if a lot of people don't remember, when Miami went to the finals, and if you remember Atlanta, Vincent was a thorn on our side. He harassed Trae Young all over the place. He got a lot of those 50-50 balls, and he was just a pain in the behind. So now the Hawks have a couple of guys in the mix, which I think you got to have in order to advance the playoffs. Yes, you need the high flyers. And certainly in Jalen Johnson, I think we have a guy that is, if not this year, certainly barring injury, if he continues on this trajectory, is going to be perennial MVP candidate. I mean, the guy's averaging almost a triple-double. He leads the Hawks in scoring, he leads the Hawks in rebounding, and he leads the Hawks in assist. Okay? And he's going to his first All-Star game. 23.2 points a game, 10.6 rebounds a game, and 8.2 assists a game. And oh, by the way, he's shooting 50% from the floor. Absolute beast. So now he has the role players around him. He's elevated himself to kind of being the guy instead of Trae Young. This Hawks team thinks is make running playoffs. All right, we got to go. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast. Before I leave, I have to do this. I shouldn't say I have to. I want to do this. I am a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So before I leave this broadcast, I want to make sure that you understand that you need to have a relationship with him for two reasons. Number one, Um, that's the way that you have a life that's well lived upon the earth while you're here. And number two, when you die, it's the only way you're going to get to heaven, because nobody's perfect. And the only people in heaven are perfect people. Well, you're saying, I can't live that way. Every man's a sinner. We're going to do something. Good news. If you repent of your sins, believe that Jesus Christ came here, fully man, fully God, died for your sins and rose from the dead, two great things happen. Number one, you become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. And number two, an adopted child of God with all the rights therein. That means you now can go to God like a heavenly parent, asking for anything that you need or desire, and according to his will, he'll give it to you. As I mentioned, when you die, you go to that wonderful, beautiful, spectacular place called heaven, where there's none of the following: no more pain, no pandemic, you never cry, you never die, you never get old. And you now see God face to face, and you avoid that nasty place called hell. All the things I just mentioned won't be there. It's dark, it's dreary, you're stuck with the devil and all his demons, and you're cut off from God and all the people of love forever and a day. I don't know about you, but I like option number one instead of option number two. Everybody, until next time we get back together again, I simply say as I do each week, God bless you and have a wonderful rest of the day or evening, whichever may apply. So long and take care.